Hey, my beautiful people. Let me turn it off because I do not own the copyrights to that song. I do not. And I don't want nobody coming after me later. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. I'm your girl, Felicia Janae. Welcome back. Yeah, I've been missing in action for a little while, y'all. You know, it's 'tis the season to be jolly. Happy December, everybody. Happy December. Let's see if we can get these hearts going today. There we go. Happy December. Hey, y'all. I'm wearing my Christmas gear tonight, of course. I'm doing my Christmas theme. This is December. So this is the month of dressing like Santa's helper. Got my little lights, necklace light that lights up. My little earrings on, you know, trying to be in the Christmas spirit, my little outfit and stuff. Hey, y'all. Hey, how you been? Did you miss me? I miss you all. Y'all come on in. Come on over to my place. Come on in, y'all. I have some a lot of news to tell y'all. A lot of things that's been going on with me. I've been really, really busy. Of course, y'all know I wasn't on last Tuesday. Actually, I had a little hiccup last Tuesday. Real quick, I'm gonna jump into that before I get to the title of my show tonight. I'm not gonna be before you long, but I am Felicia Janae on the Talk to 'em Felicia Janae podcast show right here on the Ladies Podcast Show. So y'all, hey, trust me, I want to talk about this subject like I got to talk about tonight because my cousin Suzette gave me this title to talk about this particular show tonight. So y'all, last Tuesday I was in Aberdeen. Shout out to Aberdeen, Mississippi. I was in their Christmas parade. I've been doing that, hosting that Christmas parade since 2020. And I must say, every year that parade since 2020, COVID didn't stop. That parade, COVID slowed it down, but it didn't stop. That parade has grown. Bigger. You know, the parade starts at 6:30. It's over about 7:30, 7:45, right at 8 o'clock. Y'all, last Wednesday was so freaking cold out there. It was cold. And I'm in the process of my personal life. I'm in the process of doing a lot of things in my personal life. So that has been taking me kind of like out of the realm of being here on the Ladies Podcast with you guys on Tuesday. And as you know by now, on Wonderful Wednesdays, Deborah and I, we have decided not to do the Ladies Podcast on Wednesday. She's going to do her show, concentrate more on her show on Sundays, just conversating with Deborah every Sunday. So y'all, please check Deborah out. It's 7 Central, 8 Eastern time. I think I said that right. Or 6 Central, 7 Eastern time. Something. Yeah. 6 Central, 7 Eastern time. That's right. So y'all check her out on Just Conversating. Then on every other Monday with Velma. Resilient Chicks. Y'all check Velma out every Monday, 7 Central, 8 Eastern time. I'm going to get these times down packed in a few minutes. Because y'all, we are still in the zone of celebrating our 1-year anniversary, which was last month, November, marked our 1 year of anniversary on the Ladies Podcast. So yeah, it's just been a lot going on. 'Tis the season to be jolly. This is the time of the year that everybody is busy doing stuff. So, and the worst is yet to come from me because I got so much going on. And last night, before I go any further, my hometown, Crawford, Mississippi, they honored me, the mayor and the board. They picked me, first time ever in my little history, y'all, to be the Grand Marshal in the Christmas parade last night, Crawford, Mississippi annual Christmas parade. And I was the Grand Marshal. So I made little history here in my hometown of being invited and being honored to be selected to be a part of such honor such as this right here. So to the mayor, the city board of Crawford, Mississippi, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. And everybody who came out last night to participate in the parade, y'all, look, God held the rain back. It was warm. The kids came out, the parents came out, people really came out and celebrated Crawford annual Christmas parade last night. And I salute you guys. Thank y'all so much for doing that for my little hometown from a small little town that they call Crawford, Mississippi. That's my hometown, y'all. So yeah, Clarence Weatherspoon, Jerry Rice, Cadillac Dunn, Jay Money is from here, aka Mr. Rogers is from here. So yeah, we're a small little town where everybody know everybody. You sit on the porch and call my name, everybody answers because everybody know everybody. But so I got a couple of more things coming up. Love Bone called me today and asked me to do it all over again. So I got another little engagement coming up. And y'all, this is the time of the year. 'Tis the season to be jolly. So I know tonight's subject. I'm talking about why do people keep breaking up and getting back together and still have no future. You're gonna wonder how all that's gonna tie into my introduction. Well, aka maybe not. So we're gonna go ahead and kick this thing off, y'all. I'm your girl Felicia Janae, and I'm here each terrific Tuesday, right here 6 Central, 7 Eastern time on the latest podcast. So talk to him, Felicia. This is what I do, and y'all gonna see my light back there go off all the whole time I'm live because whenever it goes off and when I move, it moves by motion. So there's no ghost in here, nobody in here but me. So, but the light would be flickering back there doing its own thing because of where I'm set up in the house. So, y'all, let's jump into this thing. I know a lot of us are happy. You know, we're in love. You know, a lot of us say we're happy. A lot of us put on this poker face like we're happy. But are we really happy in our relationships? Like, are you really getting fulfilled out of your relationship? Is your relationship, whether you're married or dating, shacking or whatever, are you really getting out of your relationship what you're expecting, what you're wanting, what you're exceeding, you know, what you felt like it was going to be, like when y'all talked in the beginning, what both of y'all was looking for? And this question kind of goes to everybody that's in a relationship, and that's going to cover the grounds of the LGBT community, heterosexual, bisexual, trans, pan, whatever. This conversation is going to kind of I'm touching all areas. Okay. So if I left a title out, charge it to my feet because I'm still working on my heart. So the only question that I have tonight is why do people keep breaking up and getting back together and still have no future? So I'm going to kick this thing off. I don't have any questions, but I'm going to kick this thing off and I'm just going to talk. And I think the reason why people keep breaking up, excuse me, and getting back together, because I truly believe, like I said a second ago, when you meet these people, when you first getting to know them and you're talking a lot and both parties are saying they want this, they want that, you know, they're looking for this, they're looking for that. And then once you think you have found that thing in each other, then somewhere down the line, something happens. You know, I talk about it on the Lady Podcast a lot with Deborah. And when I go live, sometimes when I just want to vent, I talk about it a lot of times. Like when I just pop and go live. But me personally, I think that's like one of the biggest things. I think when people get comfortable with each other, and when it's no more challenges where no one have to impress anyone anymore. And I really believe this is the biggest one. You know, when you feel like you got the whole hog, when you feel like now there's no more trying to get my attention from him or her, I think that is what happened. Because, you know, we love to say, oh, I want to get married, or one day I want to be married. But do you really want to be married? Are you marriage material? Ask yourself that. Are you really like marriage material? Like every woman that's here on earth has been born is not meant to be a mother. You know, yeah, we can get pregnant. Some of us can carry babies, not carry. Some of us women can't conceive at all. But I know biblically speaking, we're supposed to be here to bear fruits, but like it's so many women out here that are not natural birth mothers, but they, you know, they have motherly instincts. Like, you know, they have been around kids, babies, raised babies and things of that nature, but maybe never carried a child, you know, to full term to get that full experience of giving birth, whether it was C-section or vaginal. Birth is birth. And so I think the big thing with my question tonight, why do people keep breaking up and getting back together and still no future? Because another thing that I'm going to add to that, because when you're together, and I've experienced this, we've had conversations several times, just talking to general people, listening to my girlfriends, family members, just people out in the streets and stuff. I hear conversations when I'm out and about. And I think it's just genuinely, you know, the reason why, because everybody becomes comfortable. And once you become comfortable, you don't, ladies, most of us, I'm kind of guilty to what I'm about to say. We don't have to cook anymore as much, to win him over. We don't have to, send the little cute pictures anymore, because we feel like now that we got him or now that we got her, we don't have to do all this extra stuff anymore. The fun. Once the fun, once you take the fun out of it, like BB King said, the thrill is gone. It's kind of like one of them things. Once you take the fun out of it, then it's like, everybody is comfortable. Like, where do we go from here? There are no more lunch dates. There are no more little secret rendezvous. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're married and dated and living it together, you can still cope. You can still go on dates. It's okay to be married and still go on dates. It's okay to live with your partner and still go on dates. It's okay to be married 10, 15, 20 years and say, baby, let's go on a date. All of that is still okay. I am 5 years in with Big Daddy and we still go on dates. Like, dates are a must to me. We went on a date last night after the parade, just out the blue, no planning, just went on a date. We were hungry and I didn't want to come home and cook, so we went on a date unexpectedly. But things like that, when we take the spice out of it, when we first meet them, ladies, a lot of us is guilty to this too. We don't wear the lingerie anymore. We put on sweats or a long t-shirt. We don't put on the smell goods anymore. We don't put on the Gucci, the Tom Ford, the Prada. We put on the deodorant and just go to bed. We might lotion down, we might not. We might go get a pedicure, we might not. We might spruce up a little bit, before we go to bed, to kind of like turn your man on. We might not. And men, y'all don't do this. I mean, y'all stop doing stuff too. So I'm not going to do this full show tonight. Y'all are not exempt. Because y'all know what y'all stop doing after y'all get the whole hog. And one of the things that y'all stop doing, y'all stop communicating. And like all the promises that y'all made, because y'all know a lot of women want to be married. Now, I'm just going to put it out there. A lot of women really wants to be married. They have been born to marry. They have been raised to marry. They have been taught to marry. They whole lifeline has been taught marriage. And they're not going to be satisfied in life until they get married, until they say, get that ring, get that last name, and say, I do. And once they get married and starting to get marital experiences, and then that's when they'll be like, wow, so this is what marriage life is like. Because you can live. I only have one question tonight, y'all. Why do people keep breaking up, getting back together, and still no future? That's my only question tonight. So, you can still live together, and you can live together forever. I'm gonna put a expiration date on that forever. You can live together for 10 years. And if you've been living with your partner for 10 years, your man, your woman, your boo thing, your baby daddy, baby mama, for 10 years. In 10 years, y'all been saying, oh, we're gonna get married, or we're gonna get married. Now 10 years has gone by. You have not gotten married. Now, if I'm good enough to lay in the bed with you for 2 or 3 years, because year number 1, 12 months, I know people get engaged most of the time. Do they still get engaged for a whole year now? Do they just get engaged and next thing you know, they married? I don't know. But a lot of people get engaged for a year to plan the perfect wedding or nuptials or whatever. And then once they get married and move in together, it's like, we say it all the time on the Ladies Podcast Show, all hell break loose. Like everything that you can think of just disappear. All that laughing and joking and being corny and playful, gone. It's for some reason, it just disappears once you say I do. And see, when you say I do, when you get married, you can't just, when you get married, you can't just say I want a divorce. You got to go through some channels and hurdles and hoops to get a divorce. But when you've been living together for 10, 20 years, oh, ain't nothing but chicken wing. Even though if you might have a house built together in the same name, or both of y'all name is on the leasing the house or buying the house or whatever, that right there, everybody just go their separate ways, And if you got kids, 9 times out of 10, if you're buying a house together and you're not married, the judge is going to give it to her anyways if you have underage kids. So, a lot of things, I can talk about a lot of things in this hour. And that's a friend of mine's checking in on me, y'all. And you could talk about a lot of things when you first met, when you're just now meeting. You could talk about a lot of different things, hopes and dreams and desires, and what your future plans are, where you see yourself in 2 years, where you see yourself in 5 years. But baby, when you get with them folks and year 2, 3, 4, 5 go by, couple babies been born out of them 5 years. Ooh, child. So my question tonight is, why do people keep breaking up and getting back together, still no future? And they break up, and then he or she, they fight to get each other back. And then once they get each other back, then you look up, still no wedding, no ring, no marriage, but the babies are still coming. We still living together. By now, somebody's cheating. Everybody cheating. By now, don't nobody like nobody. By now, everybody want everybody to go to their neutral corners. By now, everybody want to be left alone because you have made it to between year 5 and 10. So, and then you break up. Okay, here it is. I don't have questions, but I have questions. Hey, Suzette. Hey, love. Hey, baby. I don't have questions, but I have questions. So by then, guess what started happening? By the time, you get together and thank you. She said she loved my Christmas hat. Thank you. I had it on last night in the Christmas parade, but I had a little dress on last night. So tonight I did my little onesies, and yeah, I tried to do my Christmas color coordination. See my necklace light up? I got my light up necklace on too. But so by then, another reason why you break up is because somebody has stopped doing something. I don't care if you started out putting gas in the car and then you stop by year 2, 3, 4, all of a sudden you have stopped putting gas in her car. That could be a problem because you spoiled her for 3 to 5 years of doing things and telling her she ain't got to worry about doing this. She ain't got to worry about doing that. And then now all of a sudden it's cold outside. The snow is up to your knees, but the car is on E. Now you don't want to go out and get no gas. That's a problem because she could have stopped and got some gas on the way home while it was snowing before she came all the way home and parked the car. But because, baby dad or husband or partner don't want them to stop and get no gas, now that could be a problem. Okay, same thing with a man. Woman, if you start off checking on him, enticing him, romancing him, if you start out doing all this stuff for him, the things that we do, we turn back to the little girl and we get the little girl voice and we start being playful and we start saying a lot of things that we know that they like to hear as men. Because a lot of men, they want you to say, you big daddy, that's my big daddy, that's my big papa, what's up? A lot of men like that, make them like Tarzan, beat on the chest. And ladies, when you stop paying them those compliments, those masculine, muscular compliments, even though if he don't have a physique like Tank, he might be made up kind of like whoever, but he was made up like that when you met him and you fell in love with him. You liked him. You was crazy about him. He was your everything. He was all your conversation. You couldn't wait to hear from him. You missed him before you could hang up and say good night. Oh, no, you hang up. No, you hang up. You hang up. Oh, you hang up. And then somewhere, ladies, down the line, y'all stop doing it. So I don't have I don't have 5 questions tonight, but I have a whole lot of Hebrew questions, so I'm going to ask y'all, why do we do that? Why is it that when we break up and when we get back together, because we make a lot of promises to get back together. And then once we get back together, why we still don't have a future? Why we still not married? Why we still haven't did any investments together? Why we still haven't gotten any further than we have gotten after we have been together 5 years, broke up, and now we're back together again, going on year number 6, 7. We still ain't married, still no ring, still no wedding. but the babies keep coming. Sometimes if the baby's coming or not, why, why is it that we're like that? Why is it that those things happens in our relationships? And yes, we do talk about this a lot. And I just want to know. I mean, I can sit here all day and tell you what I think, what I believe, what I feel, what I've experienced, but I just want to hear, back from y'all. Okay, Suzette, she got me. Hey, cuz. Suzette said because we don't like change, and it gets comfortable. And I said that. I said that before you came on. That's exactly what it is. We like the change in the beginning because it's all gee ga ga ga. It's exciting. That we're moving in together, that we're liking each other. We're feeling each other. We're falling in love with each other. We're telling each other that we love one another, and we're doing things. Whether we're exploiting our relationship, or we keeping it on the DL, but we making each other feel that thing that we both been missing and wanting. We've been talking about. But then once we get there under the same address and become very comfortable with one another, things change. A lot of things change and a lot of things happen. And yes, Suzette did say because we don't like change, and we get comfortable. And then she also went on to say, also, we are uncertain about how the change is going to impact our relationship. And that's the honest God truth too. So, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of questions, but I have a lot of questions because there's so many questions you can ask with this right here. I'm gonna throw a question out here that I want to ask, um, and Suzette, please answer this question for me. You know how when we meet them in the beginning, and as we're getting to know them, and we get those tingling feelings, butterflies. No matter how old you are, you get butterflies. Okay, you're feeling something from this person that you kind of digging, and we're telling each other all of these different things, Suzette. But then, all of a sudden, if you know your partner is a highly natured person, you know where I'm going with this. You already know where I'm going with this. And in the beginning, you didn't have any problem, having sexual intercourse with him pretty much whenever he wanted to. But now here we are, year 2, 3. Now all of a sudden, I'm tired. Oh, baby, I don't feel like it. Ooh, why we got to do it every night? Why you want something every time you're around me? Can you answer that for me, Suzette, and tell me what happens to us, the reason why we do that? Because we do it. We do it. And I'm guilty. I've done it. I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't. I've done it. And I've done it with Big Daddy. It caused a little stir, a little ruckus, but but he understood, because I wasn't feeling well. And he didn't know that particular time, he didn't know I wasn't feeling well. Because that's the number one go-to. I don't feel good. I got a headache. My stomach hurt. I'm cramping. Well, I wasn't any of those. I had just had a long month that time, and my body was tired, and I was so freaking tired. I mean, I couldn't even kiss the man if I wanted to that night. And so, and he questioned me, and I didn't like it, because I'm like, I don't have to lie to tell you that I don't want to have sex now. Because if I don't want to have sex, I ain't having it. But Suzette, I want you to answer that for me. Why do we do that? We go above and beyond in the beginning. Men and women, we're both parties are guilty. Same sex, all of us are guilty. And then once we become comfortable, like you said, once we become comfortable, why do we stop those things? Why do you suppose we stop those things? And I'm gonna wait on Suzette to answer this. This is a Suzette and Felisa Janae show tonight, right here on Talk to Him, Felisa, right here on my podcast show. We're just gonna have this conversation because this is one of her subjects that she gave me a couple of weeks ago. You remember? So here it is. We're bringing it on the big screen tonight. So she says, "Laugh out loud. Right? You better get some rest." Oh, I'm good, cuz I'm good. But I was asking the question, Why is it that we do all these things for our partners, significant others, soulmate in the beginning, and knowing that they have a high nature? Okay, boom, she just answered it. And look like I'm gonna have to put my glasses on for this one, because this is like a whole lot of words right here. Y'all know I can't see. Okay, this is what Suzette said. She said, well, it's because your sex drive has changed. Really? And you have gotten used to him. And yes, we become used to them, and then think that it's okay. Think that he is okay with no have sex like you used to. Well, like I said, I did it once with Big Daddy a few years back, but I really wasn't feeling well. and he had never, not to sit here and tell y'all our bedroom business, but it's not like we do it all the time. But y'all know when you plan and when you excited, when you haven't seen each other in a couple of days, and when you see him, you're excited, and you go out to dinner, she looking good, he looking good to you. Then when you get back home, like, okay, we about to do this thing. So it was kind of like one of those type of experiences that we had. And I was so tired. I just didn't want to do nothing but just get a shower and go to bed and go to sleep. And he questioned me. But I mean, he ain't never had to question me no more. But I'm with you, Suzette. Suzette said, well, it's because your sex drive has changed. And I did say, on that. A lot of people's sex drive do change. Suzette, do you think the sex drive changed because they're not feeling each other anymore like they used to? Or maybe someone else has stepped in and given them that on the outside, that they're no longer getting at home. Do you think that could be a part of it? Oh, wait a minute, Suzette ain't playing. She came back and she said, we do what we have to do to get them, then we don't keep it up. And then she went on to say, I mean, sometimes you just don't want to have sex. Exactly. And listen, I used to be married, so I'm gonna say this. Y'all married folk, because I used to be married. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all to have intercourse with your significant other every time they ask you. That is not what I'm saying on this show tonight. No, because you can do it whenever they want, how they want, what they want, when they want. And if them jokers still want to go out there and cheat and do whatever and get somebody else, boom, busted. They're gonna go do it. Same thing with a woman. Same thing with a woman. You can buy her the house of her dream, the car of her dream, send her on all kind of lavish trips, buy her all kind of designers, this and that. And she still, if she wants to cheat, she's still gonna go out there and do it. And y'all know something, I'm gonna add something to that. And when they go out and cheat, y'all know they go out and cheat with, I'm not putting nobody down, but they go out and cheat with somebody, you be like, I know damn well you didn't cheat on me for that. I know you didn't leave me for that. Because I have been married. I used to be married. I was married 23 years. So my ex-husband and I used to have a lot of these cheating conversations. And a lot of things that he used to say when we were married, I kind of sort of believed him. No lie. I kind of sort of believed him. And then when we got our divorce, and when I saw him, with his woman, lady friend, or whatever you want to call her, I was like, damn. And I knew it very well. But I was like, damn. And men, y'all do, some of y'all men folk, y'all do the same thing. So tonight's show here, thank y'all so much for chiming in. I'm your girl Felicia Janae, right here on live on this terrific Tuesday Talk to Him Felicia podcast show. Y'all, my question tonight is, why do people break up and keep getting back together and still have no future? Okay, right here, Suzette went on to say, I gotta put my glasses on. Some things I can read, some things I can't. Suzette went on to say, yes, it changed. When you may have had arguments, your money fund, life happens, and you looking at them like, we got bills and you aren't helping me. I'm not giving you any loving. Okay. Now I'm okay. So what she came back to say, right. Both would cheat. And when you come together, like, you're like, nope, not tonight. My stomach hurt, head hurt, back hurt, foot hurt, stomach cramps, that time of the month, baby kicking, everything, to add to that, all of that, thank you, Suzette. Thank you, cousin. You hit the nail on the head with that one, girl. What my heart said. There they go. Thank you so much for answering that, because that's exactly right. It can, so much can happen. And I have experienced so many different things with guys since I've been divorced, because y'all, whew, they don't make them like they used to. Oh, no, 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 ma'am, no, sir. They don't make men like they used to. No shade to the same sex. It's just not my thing. I don't know about the women, the same sex, and the men, but that heterosexual world. Whoo, let me take a sip, honey. They don't make them like they used to. Oh, Lord, I don't know. I don't know if they cut from cloth or clay. I don't know, but they are different. And with Big Daddy, I gotta say, I have a halfway decent man, and I thank God for him every day. And I tell him, I appreciate you. I don't walk around like I'm crazy now. I ain't no fool in love now. Let's get it straight. But I let him know that I do appreciate him, because I do. And he lets me know that he appreciates me. We don't walk around skinning grin up each other's face all day, every day. Hell, everybody need their space. And when he go to work, he got his. And when I'm at home or out somewhere doing what I love to do, I got mine. We check in throughout the day and life goes on, but we appreciate each other. And y'all already know why I'm not married. I've been saying this for a whole year. We've been doing the Lady Podcast show for a year last month. Y'all already know why I ain't married, why I'm not married. And most of y'all already know why I don't want to get married no more. Not right now, no time soon. And I don't know, I may look up one day and Big Daddy may say, baby, let's go to the courthouse. And if he bring it to me like that, I'm going to get up and put on my t-shirt and jeans and go into the courthouse and say, I do. With this ring, I did wear. I do. But I just want to enjoy some more of my single life, because I got married at a young age at 21, got a divorce when I was 44, and I've been divorced 9 years, been with him 5. So I want to spend a few more years. Like when I turn 55, like I'm 53 now. So when I turn 55, when I hit those 2 nickels, I'll be ready to get married. And I know I would. I'll be ready. I'm ready now. I just don't want to. But I'm ready now, but I don't want to. But we act like we married. Everybody think we're married. Suzette went on to say, who wants to have sex when you know that they're cheating? Nobody. I didn't do it. When I knew my ex-boyfriend was cheating, nobody. I did not do it. I didn't care how mad he got. I didn't care what he say. I didn't care how when he would leave the room or the house. I didn't care if he didn't come back at night. I didn't care about nothing that man did. Let me tell y'all, that old stubborn Leo in me sometimes. I'm telling you now, I'm 5'2". I ain't scared of no man. And when I tell you to this question, why do people keep breaking up and getting back together and still no future? I tried that a few times with him, because I was talking about marrying this man, walking away from my Social Security. No. So, but he showed me he didn't appreciate me and he was cheating and all kind of stuff. And I found out, because when I want to know something, I'm going to get it. 9 times out of 10, you're going to bring it to me. I'm not going to have to go look for it. But man or woman, it's hard to be with your person when you know they're cheating, unless the two of you have made an agreement to bring extra people into your bedroom. Now, if you do that, then it's not cheating, because y'all agreed to do that. And that's something that I don't get down with either. I mean, I'm too old to be going back and forth to the doctor emergency room or whatever, burning, itching, scratching from something I can't get rid of and can't. Nope. I'm trusting him that he gonna be on the straight and narrow with me, with just me and him, let alone somebody else being in the picture. Oh, hell no, would they do that? Nope. I'm your girl, Felicia Janae, right here on this terrific Tuesday on the Talk to Him Felicia Janae podcast show. I don't do that. I don't do that. Suzette went on to say, baby, I mean, if I know that you're cheating and you want to have sex with me, ooh, there will be issues news. Girl, let me tell you. I was talking to this guy. He's an old head. And he watched the show from time to time. So he might watch it tonight. He might watch it later on because he do watch the show. And he had been trying to coat me. And I knew he was no good. I knew he was a hole to his heart. I knew he was too old to be out there doing all the stuff that he was doing. And I knew it. And so he almost convinced Felisa that he was on the straight and narrow. And that fateful night when I let my guard down, I said, okay, I'm going to test and see. I'm going to test the waters and see. And y'all, let me tell y'all, out of maybe 3 years of him trying, me saying no, boy, bye, all kind of stuff. The night that I decided to give it a try, he got caught up in some dramatization. Got caught up. Oh, Lord. But I didn't give him no second chance. I didn't, because I already didn't want him. Not like that. He was a cool person, but I didn't want him like that. But I was almost about at my breaking point, about to say, okay, well, he might just be the one for me. This might be just who God got here for me. Oh, but no, ain't nowhere in the world God was about to send me that headache, that distortionation, that dynasty, that dynamite, that demonic. No, that ain't no. And I don't pray and ask God to send me nobody. If he out there, if it's for me, it's for me. And what I got now has been for me, I'm gonna say, since we've been together. So no, I can't do that. She said, oh, okay, 55. Yes, girl. When I turn 55, I'm gonna be ready. I'm 53. Next year I'll be 54. So when I turn 55, okay, when I turn 55, I'm ready. I will be ready to be Mrs. whatever his last name is. I will be ready. People already think we married. Like last night, it was like, your wife this and your wife that. No, but we don't even correct them. We let it stay where it is. All right, on the big screen, Suzette says, right, you stop caring and sex is out the window. That's when you break up and sometimes pass by, and sometimes pass by, thinking that they had learned something from your breakup, but they didn't. Absolutely. It don't, I mean, with what she just wrote right there, y'all, right here on the big screen, right here, tic-tac-toe, what she just wrote right there, it just don't get no better than that. I mean, you can't even make this up. And like I said, shout out to my cousin Suzette, who's online. Thank you. She got a chance to get online because she got a new phone and she's been having some discrepancies trying to get on Facebook and YouTube. But you made it, cousin. When she put this out here, to do this type of show and a couple of more shows. The first one she missed with Deborah and I, she missed that one. But when you put this out here to do this type of show, I was eager to do it because I've been in this situation. A lot of us been in this situation, and I know we're on the top of December, and then it's like, who wants to talk about breaking up and not staying together at the end of the year? Well, hell, if you've been together all year long, and if it ain't worked all year long, and if you've been wrestling and going through some dramatization all year long, then, and if you've been going through it for the last, my magic number tonight is 5. If you've been going through it for 5 years, then don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger. I'm just here doing my show. Thank y'all so much for chiming in. Welcome. Suzette went on to say, that's when a baby comes and you are like, damn it. Because then you what, Suzette? Then you feel like you what? You feel like you what, Suzette? Go on, say it. I already know what you're going to say. Then you feel like you what? Then you feel like you what? Uh-huh. I'm waiting for your comment. Then you feel like you what? Stuck. You feel like you stuck. Once a baby come, that's all she wrote. Because that's a trap. Okay, trap. Like Denise LaSalle said. Trapped in the middle. No, stuck in the middle. Denise LaSalle got a song called Trapped by This Thing Called Love. Denise LaSalle got the song called Trap. Who sang the song Stuck in the Middle? I don't know right now, but it's a blues song. Back when Mama and them, yeah, but it's a blues song, Stuck in the Middle. Trust me, y'all. It's a blues song called Stuck in the Middle. But you feel stuck, trapped, You feel like you can't go no further. You feel like, what the hell? Now what am I going to do? Because that innocent baby didn't ask to be here. And it's free to get pregnant. It's free to carry the baby. But once you push that baby out, somebody got to take care of this baby because the baby can't take care of itself. And then you trapped, stuck, and all kind of stuff. I said what I said. Thank you, cousin. She went on to say, you want to cut your leg off and get away. Is that what they want to do, Suzanne? Is it? Want to cut the leg off? Because for almost 18 years, you can't do nothing because you got to take care of that baby. Then she went on to say, you tried to make it work, but it didn't. And that goes back to the number one question of the night, the hitting out of my show. Why do people keep breaking up and getting back together and still have no future? Because a lot of women think, oh, well, if I have a baby, then he's going to marry me. Y'all better listen to Jasper Williams. Because when that son going to show up, get ready to leave you, he going to leave you and the baby. Don't go out here having no man talking about, get no man trying to have no baby talking about you going to tie him down and he ain't going to have no other choice but to do this and do that. And not only will he not still marry you, he might move out, deny the baby, say it ain't his, won't pay child support, won't work so he could pay child support. And he'll be telling everybody it ain't none of his baby. So is it really worth it to keep breaking up, getting back together, and you still not getting out of that all this time and energy and all these years, and you're still not getting, you still don't have a future. You're still not getting out of it what you want, what you talked about, what you invested in, and you still don't have it 5 to 10 years later. Is it worth it? So that's my next question. Is it worth it? You seeing all your friends around you getting married, look like they happy, seem like they're happy, having fun, living the life, traveling together, doing things together. But you and your man over here, or you and your partner over here, ain't doing nothing. It's almost like the thrill is gone. But what happened? Because you broke up, you keep breaking up, it's a cycle. You keep doing the same thing. You get mad, break up, move out, cuss each other out, disrespect each other. And then when you work it out, when you calm down, you work it out, you make up, you get back together, you move in, you get another baby, or you might do right, or him or her might do right, do good for a little while. And then all of but 2.5 seconds later, boom, a tsunami hit. And there you go, doing it again. Now you're back going through that whole cycle again. So is it worth it? Is it worth with wrestling with all of that for that long? Because I have something I want to say at the end of my show. I'm not going to say it now, but I'm going to say it on the end. And I'm going to say that it's it for the end. But Suzette says, when you get back together thinking it's going to be different this time around because of the kid, but nope, it just gets worse. Of course it does. Because now not only are you nagging and mad and fussing and questioning him, and you're not happy, now you stuck at home, he gonna hang out with the boys or whoever, doing whatever he doing to make him happy, and now you got this crying baby. And when the baby gets sick, you got to take care of the baby. He's not, some men out there will step up, and do what they have to do for the baby. My ex-husband did. Like, he did everything. He would take them to the doctor's appointments, get them dressed, buy their clothes, make doctor's appointments, even my stuff. He was like, when I say the world's greatest, best provider, I will never take that away from him or allow anyone to take that away from him. But we just grew apart. At the end of the day, for our marriage, we just grew apart. And so, with basically 30 years in, somebody, find something else that like, we've been doing this thing for 30 years from kids to now, and I was 14 when I met him, 21 when I married him, 44 when we divorced. And then, you look at that 30 years with that same person and you're fighting for it and it's not working and it's exhausting, It's very challenging, it's toxic, it's everything that you can think of. So the best thing to do when you get in a situation like that, well, for us, peace sake, we just went our separate ways. You go do you and I do me, and everybody, be respectful, and everybody go live their life. Because just because we said I do until death do us part, a lot of times that just don't work. So a baby, I said that to come back in full throttle to say this, a baby is not going to help a toxic relationship. It's only going to hurt it. And then it's not fair to the baby because the baby is innocent, didn't ask to be here, but now the baby is here and somebody got to take care of the baby, because babies can feel love and nurturing. They can feel it. They can sense it. And most of the time, we as mothers, we have to do that for our babies. No matter where daddy is, no matter where husband is, we still got to be there to take care of our babies. So tonight's subject is, why do people break up and get back together and still have no future? I think when it gets like that, for that strong question like that, it's just time for somebody to go their separate ways. Hey, Irvin. Hey, Magic. Hey, Magic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Suzette says, right. Y'all, hold on. I got to put my glasses on. Thank you so much for chiming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Suzette says, you have 5 or 6 kids and still not married. Ooh, that's a good one. I already know where you're going with this. Even if you married doesn't make them not cheat, and sure don't make you happier unless you're working on your relationship together. That, because you can't stop them from doing nothing that they want to do. That's the male or female, the husband or the wife. And you need a life. You need a life. If you're in a relationship and if it's not going like you want it to go, if it's toxic, if it's draining, if it's just demonic, if it's if you haven't conquered anything in it, let it go. Go find you. Just go do you. Go find your peace, your serenity. Just go find you. Go fall back in love with you. Try loving you, and stop fighting so much trying to give this woman or this man all of your love and all your heart. And you see it's not going anywhere. You see it's not working. Because I've been in that one too with the ex-boyfriend. I experienced that too. And 3 years into that thing with him, I just couldn't waste any more of my valuable, precious time. It was just time to go. And then, like I said, when I knew for a fact that he was cheating, when I had a lot of evidence, proof, solid proof, valid proof, and then that's when I had to say, hey, I'm out. You just go ahead and do what you got to do, and everybody gonna get along fine. Suzette went on to say, even if you don't have a kid and you're trying to make it work, it's okay. And it is okay. It really is okay. And she also came back to say, right, work on yourself. Hey, Irvin, how are you chiming in from Facebook Live? How are you, Irvin? Thank you guys so much for chiming in. But, tonight's show was, I had one question. Why do people keep breaking up and getting back together and still have no future? I know a lot of people like that right now. And it seemed like they're just going through the motions. They're in the relationship because they've been in it so long, and they just don't want to try to start over with nobody else, because they know once the excitement is over with the new person, it's going to go back the way it is with the old person that they're with now. So they're in it, miserable. They're just there and hating life, but has invested too much in it to just leave. And I do understand that. Okay, Suzette came back with something. Y'all, hold on. I gotta put my glasses on. Y'all know I can't see. Thank you so much, cousin, for helping me out tonight. Suzette went on to say, sometimes we have to give so much of ourselves that we lose ourselves because we're trying to make the other person happy. Checkmate. I salute you on that. I second that emotion, because we do. We do. And we as women, we do it so much, because when we think we have found the man of our dreams, when we think we have found the woman of our dreams, that's what we do. And when when the snow starts to melt and you see the water sliding down the slopes, you already know, hey, this snow ain't gonna be here forever. So what am I gonna do in the meantime when the snow is gone? I still want to ski. It's the same thing with being in a relationship, especially with your married folk. How you gonna keep the bedroom spicy? How you gonna keep the relationship spicy when the thrill is gone? That's a hard pill to swallow. Um, Irvin says, "Hey everyone, it's Christmas time, our favorite time of the year." Yes, and like I said, Irvin, you're just not coming on. I wore my Christmas earrings and light up necklace with my little Santa Claus hat, elf hat, and I have on my onesie, my yeah, my Christmas onesie. So it's Christmas time. It's that time of the year. We are here. We are in it. It is here. Today is the 10th. And in 15 more days is going to be Christmas. Um, I don't know what you guys are going to do for Christmas, but I'm just going to say if you're alive and well, just thank God that you are alive and well, and just call somebody and check on them, tell them Merry Christmas, and tell somebody that you love them. Now, if you don't mean it, don't call them saying then bother these folks just because it's Christmas in December. Don't do that. But if you mean it, and if you do it anyways, if you say it anyways, then yeah, y'all, Christmas Day, that's my challenge for me to y'all. All right, here we go. My cousin Suzette, thank you so much. She's been my co-host tonight. Suzette, boy, she got that phone working just in time. Thank you, cousin. She says that other person can care less about your happiness as long as they're getting everything from you. And when you stop, they are moving on to the next one. Do is, showed is. You know what you're talking about. You hit the nail on the head. I can't touch that with a 10-foot pole if I wanted to, because you got that right. Exactly. That's all they're gonna do. That's all they're going to do. So right here tonight on Talk to Him Felicia Janae podcast show, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Y'all see my beautiful sign my cousin Candace made for me. It's been back there a year. Yeah, she been back there a year. But y'all, let me tell y'all something. You're in these relationships. I'm almost about to wind down my show. I'm at 52 minutes and some change. Y'all, you're in these relationships and you know they're toxic. Okay. This is me showing y'all love because I had to talk to myself like this. Oh, yeah, I talked to myself like this. When I was going through my little thing, and sometimes I wanted to pick up the phone, call family members, mama, friends, and brothers, and shoot, a couple times I even wanted to call my ex-husband, when you're dealing with stuff in a relationship. But a lot of times with me, I learned how to deal with all of that so much better by releasing it. When I went through the breakup, the hardship of being cheated on, disrespected, lied to, so forth and so on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I learned what I started doing, I started living on me. I started finding things to do that I enjoyed doing. I started doing things that he never wanted me to do when we was together. I started going places that he, wouldn't go or talk down about, or, would say negative things about. So I started venturing out. And when I get you a passport, it's like $150, $60 or whatever is good for 10 years. Get you a passport. Go out and this is what I want to say on the end of my show. This is what I was saving for. Ladies, men, go out and get you a passport. If you got a job, get a passport. You can fly, cruise, you can drive and go somewhere and get away from it all and go and enjoy you and love on you. If you want to go on a cruise and don't have a passport, get you a birth certificate. It'll be back in about 2 weeks, maybe a week. Start traveling. Start doing something for you. Do something you ain't never done before. Do something that you've been wanting to do, talking about doing, couldn't do it with her or him because they didn't want to go nowhere and do nothing. They just want to stay at home and do what they were doing. So now, I'm saying it. Here's your turn. Here's your chance. Live. And you don't have to worry about when you break up, are you going to get back together? Because once you start traveling, and if you like it and you start meeting people, that's what you're going to want to do. Because they have vacations and trips out there where people link up online and travel the world together and don't even know each other, but they travel together and it works. And I read a lot of great reviews on it. So if you don't hear anything else I've said almost in this whole hour of my show, start loving you. When you break up, you keep breaking up, getting back together, and it's the same thing, like a cycle of just the same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing. You do good for a minute, and then boom, there it is again. Aren't you tired of that? Aren't you tired of being in a toxic, no future, not going nowhere relationship? You ought to be glad you ain't married. You ought to be men and women, because you're dealing with them now and seeing how they are. Their mouth is disrespectful, don't care, whatever kind of attitude. You ought to be glad. So why invest all that time and all these years into something like that and it's not working? And then you keep talking about getting married, but you're not going to get married. You don't, and at some point you're going to get tired of talking about it and you're not going to get married. But here's the thing, God forbid, if one of them passed, the first thing people going to say, oh, that was her fiance, that was his fiance, they were going to get married in January. How many times I heard that? No, good God, dog, where they weren't finna get no married. But that's what they say. Suzette says, right, love yourself, make yourself happy. Some people don't know how to be happy. Exactly. She went on to say traveling is amazing. We just got through talking about that right before I came live. And she also said, make plans for yourself and not anyone else. Self-love. Yes. Y'all, at the end of my show, take this with y'all tonight out of everything that I've said. If you've been with this person forever, however forever is, if it's been 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and you want to get married and he hasn't asked you to marry him yet, but he always saying, we're going to get married one day. Okay. But that one day haven't came. And now you got 10 kids. Now you've been living together for 20 years, and you've been through everything that a person can go through and you're still not married. Common law marriage don't work. I'm just going to be honest about that now. And if you feel like it's not going to happen, and if it's to the point where the toxic of your relationship is making you sick, stressing you out, aging you, got you looking tired and drained, and still there's no future, let it go. I have a cousin that not Suzette, we talk about this all the time. And I tell her all the time, concentrate, focus on more loving you. Stop giving all your love to somebody else. You will never get out of people what you give people. People are not going to pour into you what you pour into them, because honestly, y'all, a lot of people are just plain old selfish. They want all the love. Like Suzette said, cousin, thank you so much for this amazing show. You've been my co-host tonight. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. And while she's at home taking care of business. So thank you, cousin, for giving me your hour of power. Thank you, Irvin. Thank you, Magic. Thank you guys for chiming in. When you find yourself in a situation in your relationship, and I know some people say, well, we've been married 40 years. Well, if you ain't been happy, and out of them 40 years, if you ain't been happy, y'all been fussing and nagging and fighting and everything under the sun in 40 years, either stay there and be miserable to death do your part, whether you're married or not, or get out of it and go find yourself and loving yourself, because it's never too late to find yourself. It's never too late to love yourself. It's never too late to go out there in this big old world. Even if you don't want to take a cruise or a flight, because my mama ain't finna get on no boat and no plane. She ain't gonna hop in no car too fast nowadays, but she definitely gonna get on no boat and no plane. But if you want to get out here and do something for yourself, make yourself happy, just for a few minutes, just go out to eat. Take yourself to the movies. It can be something just that simple. It don't have to be a big old lavish nothing. Hell, I go out and eat by myself all the time. I go to the movies all the time, and I got Fire Stick. I got Amazon, Tubi, Netflix, Hulu. But I get up and go to the movies all the time by myself. No big deal. And y'all know I'm in love, but no big deal. Because sometimes I just need my space. So if you've been together with your partner, your significant other, all these years, and the future hasn't gone anywhere, everything is stagnated. The only thing I can say to you is, if it's not working for you and causing you to be sick, looking old, if it's causing you to be drained, mentally, physically, and verbally abusive all the time, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, because you need to love yourself more than you love anybody else. I'm your girl, Felicia Janae. Thank y'all so much for chiming into my cousin Suzette. I love you right here on this terrific Tuesday Talk to Him Felicia podcast show. And I am super, super duper excited. Thank you guys so much. She said it's time to let go and start enjoying life. And I'm going to add to that, and start now. You don't have to wait to January 2025. Start right now, December 10th, 2024. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Take care. God bless and good night. And remember, love yourself. Mwah.